the first, real obvious question is asking about securing Koskinen for 3 years.
I love it. And I'm no goalie expert, but when you have a player that competes at that level and never gives up on a shot anytime, practice, pregame skates, games, you know that there's going to be significant growth there. There's a lot of times in this league, and especially in goal, we reward skill. But when you see a guy that competes like that and never quits on anything and puts himself in awkward positions because he's trying to stop every puck, you know the top end is significant. So for me, I don't have a lot of history with him other than the little bit I've been here, but I love what I see, and you don't get people that compete at this level easily or often. And I've seen one or two guys that I've coached that compete on pucks like this, and so for me, I'm excited for him and his family, and again, it's the reward for the effort that I think is really important, because he's exceptional in that way.
Two goalies start the season, neither with contracts for next year. Koskinen gets extended. The situation with Talbot now, what do you expect from him? He's obviously playing for himself and playing for the team, but looking ahead as well. So how do you kind of approach the rest of his year and what you want to try and get out of him in that time?
Well, I don't really care. I said to you before, I don't really care who plays. I mean, right now, organizationally, I'm really happy because they've made the decision that they've got Koskinen long term. But if you're talking about individual hockey games, who's ever going gets to play. If for me, and knowing Cam and how competitive he is, I would think he's going to play great, because he's looking at his future, and he's like anybody else. He wants to impress everybody, including this organization or anybody else that's watching. So I would expect the competition in goal to even go higher, which is going to, we're personally going to, selfishly, we're going to benefit. But knowing him, he's going to compete at a high level. And I've experienced this going both ways, quite frankly. I've seen it go both ways. And I know Cam's character, and I expect it to go the same way it did for us in St. Louis.
Now, the two guys cleared waivers, but they're both back on the roster, your forwards. So, and Spooner playing this evening.
Yeah, Spooner's in. And
how did a guy go on waivers one day and be playing the next then?
Oh, it's real simple. He's on waivers. Again, we talk about Koskinen's situation. The reward here for us is work. And so he knows that not only tonight, but moving forward, every day is important for him from a work standpoint. And we have not been happy with his work. And he knows that, and he's got a chance to prove himself that he wants to be an everyday player, or does he want to just be a part-time player? And for me, we need an everyday player in that position. He's got the skill to help us, Jim, but we need the work, and we need the determination to go with it. And tonight is his first opportunity, and moving forward, if Ratty's here, then he gets the same opportunity. But we're not going to move forward until we start rewarding the work part of this stuff. And to me, both guys are on competitive notice. And if we see the things we want to see, then good. They get to play all the time, and I don't really care who it is, as long as he helps us win from a competitive standpoint, and Spoons gets the first crack at it.
Ken, just back to the Koskinen signing for a moment, please. Can that help with the stability and energy of the team in any way?
I don't know that the players pay attention to it. We certainly do, because we get to see the guy competitively every day. And like I said, I just think it rewards the right stuff that you want to see, and growing the team forward. If you start rewarding these type of performances and efforts, I think it gives you a real good foundation. And for me, I don't think the players look at contract lengths or anything like that. I think they just want somebody in goal that's going to help them win every night. And quite frankly, I don't think it's been the proper time to evaluate our goalies because we've made big errors in front of them. We've played very well at times, but we've made big errors. And the big errors have come back to haunt both goalies. So that's on us and that's on our defense.
Caleb Jones goes down to the minors, and yet you were playing him almost 20 minutes a game. Why? And why wouldn't you just move him down, say, to the third pairing? Why is he in the minors?
Well, I think we saw a guy hit the wall. And so let's let him catch his breath. He's going to be back up here. Let's let him catch his breath. Let's put him in a lesser environment that has the microscope on it, because the trend was going the wrong way, and we needed him just to catch his breath and play hockey and then get back up and running. It's not long term, but with Clefbaum coming back after the break, it afforded us the opportunity to continue to play him, get him playing, and unless of an atmosphere where everything is magnified so much right now. And I think sometimes when you're a younger player and you make mistakes, the mistakes affect you later on, Jim, and they start to affect your confidence. And when it starts to erode, I'm reading the same stuff going on with Cholowski. And sometimes you got to give the guy a little bit of a break and take him out. And so we were in a perfect position where we could take him out rather than just sit him in the stands, continue to have him playing. We know when he's on as a game, he's a positive player for us, and we expect that that's going to happen quickly. But it was going the wrong way, and I was starting to affect his personality everywhere, in the locker room, on the ice, and everywhere, and we don't want that with a young guy.
So when you've got Koskinen now signed, does that mean he's the starter and Cam will only play as a backup, or are you just going to look at the situation and say, well, I'm still rotating these guys, who's ever hot is playing?
I don't want to say that I'm winning you're in, but I'm getting real close to that. So I don't care. Whoever helps us win plays. And I don't look at contracts as far as whatever, except that I am proud that a guy that is that competitive gets rewarded for it. But I look at this as I'm moment to moment in everything, and that's what happens when you're trying to grow your group. And, I'm not 100% winning you're in, but I'm in the 80s. And so whoever kind of my age and yours, we're right there, though. We're in the 80s now.
Ken, some of the players have expressed frustration in terms of not being able to string together too many wins consecutively. With that being said, how much significance would a win tonight be in going into the All-Star break and into the bye week in terms of mentally for this club?
Well, I'm like the players. I want to win tonight, but I want to play the right way. I want to see the continuity that we show in our 5-on-5 game, and that gives you a chance to win every night. Like, we can't continue to rely on our power play to win games for us, or we've got to kill every penalty. Our numbers on special teams are too high and too good to have our situation, and our inconsistencies 5-on-5 have really hurt us. And so I want to see us play really well 5-on-5, let the score take care of itself, because 10 days is such a long break. It's going to feel like a new season again. But like the coaches talked about today, this thing hits the ground running, and when they come back, there's going to be a whole other level that we're going to have to get to, and I want to see the start of that level 5-on-5 tonight. I want to see us a lot better.
Do you feel, Hitch, and I imagine with more time you get more of a feeling for what the group might do or how they react, but do you feel like you have a pretty good idea what your team is going to come out with tonight? Or is that still feeling a little up in the air just given the way it's gone?
I don't. That's the truth. I don't. I feel like everything's in place right now, but I think we got to prove it to ourselves. I'm unsure. And I think from that standpoint, I want to see the things that I want to see. I'm determined that that's going to happen, but when you're like this, you're like this. And we're trying to eliminate that, but if you're up and down like we are, 5-on-5, I'm going to have to just live through it. So I feel good about what took place yesterday in the video meetings and in the meetings that we had individually with players, but I want to see it. So I'm waiting to see it, but I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to see it. I know that it's a work in progress, and we've made significant progress, but against good teams and a certain style of play, we're not reacting properly, and I want to see that change because we're going to get the same push tonight.
What are you not seeing from Reeder apart from the fact he doesn't have a goal this year?
I think he's just, I like the way he kills penalties. I like his hunt on the puck, but he's put himself in the mix like a lot of other guys in the bottom six that he's made us make the decisions. So I want to see more puck play from him. I want to see more continuity with the puck play. And I think it's in him. And sometimes when you don't score, you get conservative and you try to not get scored on. And then the puck doesn't become part of your game. So what I want to see is, I know the puck can be more part of his game, and I want to see that.